Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at all the events that are coming up to the new year, including the New Year Gacha. There are some events that will come along with the new year, but we'll do that in a separate video because there is a lot to go through up until the 1st of January, so let's do it one by one. First, of course, let's take care of the stuff that will come up until the new year hits. There are a lot of gachas coming, so I don't want to get you guys overwhelmed with that, and you don't want to miss anything, so or choose what you want to miss. First, we've got the first Get Gacha that will happen on December 29th, starting from midnight all the way up until 23:59 JP time. So, make sure you adjust your schedules accordingly. These times are in Japan time, so conversion is important. But the first Get Gacha here basically means you'll get one 10 pull. Of course, you'll have to use orbs, so that will cost 50 orbs if you want to do this. Includes all the monsters up to December 1st. So if anybody got released after that, they won't be included in this gacha. And as you can see, it does include limited monsters. So just think about the pool of monsters you don't have. Anything in that pool will come out as the guaranteed 5-6 monsters. There could be plenty of monsters that could come out that you already have, but there's going to be one at the very bottom in a gold frame that will be guaranteed new for you. And they also say there is an increased rate in 5-6 stars in general, so it is probably that nice 12% chance to get a 5-6 monster. Again, that will happen on December 29th, so I think by the time this video is up, it should be available. Again, it is your choice to pull or not. Next up is the 2019 Transcended Gacha Jushinkaron Matsu. This is available on December 30th from midnight to 23:59 p.m. Japan time. And once again, you get one chance to do this. You get one temple. Again, this will cost 50 orbs to pull. However, the gimmick for this gacha is that the 5-6 monsters that pop out from this gacha is guaranteed to be a monster that was transcended in 2019. So that's the pool of monsters gets nice and small. Well, definitely smaller. I wouldn't say it's nice and small. Of course, this is still a standard pull, so it's not like you're getting 10 5-6 star monsters, but they are increased rates. So again, we're probably looking at a 12% chance. So if you're looking for a specific monster, this is probably one of the better opportunities to get a specific monster. Again, the rates are small still, but just in terms of numbers, right? However, the cool thing with this gacha is that the guaranteed monster you get at the end. By the way, did I forget to mention you are guaranteed at least one 6-star monster? That 6-star monster at the end will be super leveled and super typed for you already. So you don't have to waste a scroll for the level or the type. They will be done for you already. So that is a cool little bonus that they're giving with this. This does include all of the limited Summer and Halloween Alpha series. So Nono Alpha or Beethoven Alpha, Doji Alpha, those guys, and it also includes what was it, Sandalphon Alpha and Metatron Alpha. Those are going to be in this gacha, right? A lot of people at this point is like, oh, if I didn't get it, they're not here anymore, but they are here. However, this does not include the Alpha series for Christmas because they were, debuted in December. It also doesn't include the last series that we had with Jupiter and Mars. Those guys will not be included as well. And of course, collab monsters are not included. Those are never available outside of the collab duration. So don't hope for anything like Kurapika, right? That's not happening. There's also, if I don't forget, there should be a link by Tonun in the description below. It does graphically show all the monsters that are possible in this gacha. Took that straight from the Monster Strike News post. If you are curious to actually see who you could get, that's a great place to take a look at. And if you're in the Discord channel that I'm in, there is a pin in general chat that also has that post, so you should check it out there to see which monsters are available in this gacha. This is an interesting way to revive some of those old alpha ones that a lot of people never thought would come back until special occasions. I guess this is a special occasion. Alright, and to wrap up the new year, of course, we're getting that All-Star Gacha. This is a 2-step gacha, which is very rare in Monster Strike. And how this works is, well, first, this is available from December 31st from midnight to 23:59 p.m. I guess I don't need p.m. on that. Japan time, again, translate to your time zone. You get 2 opportunities to pull on this gacha. The first 10 pull, which costs 50 orbs, will guarantee 2 5-6 monsters. 5-6 star monsters. 2 of them guaranteed. Cool, you do that. You can do it one more time, but this time you're guaranteed 3 5-6 monsters. One of those being a limited monster, whether it's an element limited, Jushinsai, Cho Jushinsai, or Geki Jushinsai limited. Any of those are possible. Again, collabs are now possible, and this one does not include those alpha limited monsters. But the reason why I always like running these all-star gachas is because I don't usually have the opportunity to pull on element limited ones. This is a good chance. And as you can see, it does include Abel, who just joined the Geki Jushinsai limited crew, which is nice. And just like the Transcended 2019 gacha, if any of those guaranteed monsters are transcendable, they will already be super leveled and super typed for you, so you don't have to spend any scrolls for them. Again, let me make this clear, and this is true for the previous gacha as well, that this only applies to the monsters in the guaranteed slots. There's always a chance you could get them before them, but those won't be unlocked for you. However, if it is guaranteed, congrats, you got a special bonus. You don't have to spend any scrolls on them, which is very nice. So these are the 3 gachas that will be coming up until the new year on the 29th, 30th, and 31st respectively. They're only available for 24 hours, so you don't have much time to think about it. Again, by the time this video is up, the first one should be already up there for you. Think about it. If you try to do everything, it is going to cost 200 orbs, right? 50, 50, and then 100 for this one. However, you do everything, you are guaranteed 7 monsters, one of which is transcended, and one of those is a limited. So it's an interesting proposition. My current thoughts right now is to do the last 2 days, the transcended one and the all-star gacha for 150 orbs. First get, the pool of monsters is just so big, and while the transcendable monsters pool, not all of them are great. Some of them are, pretty big busts. But there are some really strong ones, and the opportunity to get those alpha monsters is pretty attractive. So my current plan right now is to spend 150 of my orbs on those day 2, the 30th, and the 31st gachas. I will probably skip the first get gacha. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments. But we're not done. There's some more presents coming to us. As the new year crosses, we're going to get some free box space. Everybody loves free box space. On December 31st, when you log in, you'll get 2 of these box expansion items, which is worth 10 slots. And then in the new year, you'll get another pair of those guys for another 10 slots. So over 2 days, you'll get 20 more slots, which you'll fill up right away with your new monsters. Should be nice. I mean, box space is always nice. It's just 4 free orbs worth of goodies, right? But now, as you know, as you were probably waiting for the last Monster Strike news, who are the new exclusives that are coming out with the Choju Shinsai? Surprisingly, or maybe not to all, we got 2 new guys. Sorry, not guys. 2 new monsters joining the crew. We'll go over each of them real quick and go over their abilities. First, we've got Binah, who is from the anime. If you haven't followed the anime, you probably... for those who were following the anime, probably had an inkling that she was the one that was going to be the exclusive. as you can see, she is a wood type, and of course it's an new exclusive, so they still have an Evo and an Ascended form, unlike, you know, the new trend of events, which only gets a Transcended form. Let's take a look at each form real quick. I think the art for Binah is really impressive, but the skills are quite nice too. First, we go to the Evo form. She is a bounce balance type. Her abilities is Minesweeper M, Null Wind with Recovery M. She has Honor Gauge, Status Recovery, and SS Charge M. And what SS Charge M is when you touch your third friendly unit. So you have to touch 1, 2, and then 3. That third friendly unit will get their SS charged by 3 turns rather than 2. So that's what the M gives. As you can see, the kit is definitely geared towards a support role. You know, having a recovery and status recovery on her kit makes it quite scary. I feel like what's going to come in the future, we're probably going to see a really hard quest that not only needs health, but healing of status effects. And if that combination is Mines and Wind, which is a pretty rare situation, she is gonna be irreplaceable for those kind of difficult quests. So it's an interesting thought, you know, especially with her strike shot. She gets a speed and power up, and once she's done moving, I believe she will put up a healing field around her. Again, a pure support strike shot. Of course, I bet her multiplier in terms of damage when she speed powered up is going to be pretty darn broken, given that she is an exclusive, you know, Legends exclusive that came out on the new year. So while I feel like her current, you see this kit, you probably aren't too impressed. But when she's going to shine in a difficult level, she's going to shine pretty hard, I feel like. And of course, double energy circle L is always an awesome bump combo. Again, she's a balance type, so it won't impress you like Lucy might, but still darn strong. Alright, let's go to our Ascended form. This one is the Blast form. We got Pierce and Blast, and her ability is Null Gravity Barrier, Null Warp with a double bump combo ability. Her strike shot is firing 3 poison beams in the pointed direction, which is at 20 turns. And her bump is a healing bullet with the sub being the clone split, where, you know, you hit her and then a clone version of her starts moving around. Yeah, I mean, again, those bump combos, I mean, you know, healing bullet is a really hard one to use effectively, I feel like. And, you know, I guess I haven't really played around with the clone split bump combo too much to really get an idea of how good it is or not. But given that this is an Ascended form, right? So that's a sub bump combo. So its power is going to be, you know, reduced compared to what you would want. I guess it is a blast type, so maybe it'll be a little bit more impressive, and maybe they'll fudge with things since it's an exclusive. I don't know. But I mean, I can totally understand the sentiment that Binah doesn't look as impressive at the moment, but you know, if that poison, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done to make this a little bit more interesting with that poison damage. If that's ridiculous, if the healing amount is really big, you got that double bump, so you get that twice. I'm not sure how that changes things at all. But yeah. So, I mean, you can see, yeah, the general sentiment I feel like with Binah is it's not as alluring as you would expect from an exclusive, New Year's exclusive. But the other one, right here, Excalibur, oof, his skill set is pretty darn amazing. And I do believe this is the first, you know, male, you know, New Year's exclusive that in a long time. I mean, I guess Kamui is Is he machine or male? But I guess not since Kamui, right? Everybody else since then have been, right? Mana, Pandora, Solomon. I think Gabby came with Kamui, right? But it's also, yeah, since I think Kamui and Gabby, there hasn't been a pair of new exclusives with the new year either. So this is pretty exciting. Let's take a look at Excalibur's stats. And of course, if you don't know, can't tell here, Excalibur is, of course, Arthur's sword. The evil form of Excalibur is a Pierce and Speed type, and whew, there are 6 abilities here. We've got Null Magic Circle Super Strike Shot Accelerator and Protection on the main, and Null Block All Element Slayer with Inner Strength on the gauge. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. Now, of course, take a look at the abilities point of view. It is only Null Magic Circle with Null Block. Again, you get that All Element Slayer in there. You're going to have to pull back in terms of places it can go. But, oof. Let's take a look at those 2 new properties. Super Strike Shot Accelerator. This one is if your HP is less than or equal to 80%, your Strike Shot is charged by 2 instead of 1. This is up from the normal 50% if you had a Strike Shot Excel. Uh-oh, what happened to my music? There you go. If you had the regular Strike Shot Accelerator, that threshold would be at 50%. So 80%, that probably means you're getting that every turn. I guess unless you're really not taking any damage. But that is pretty impressive. And well, I guess I kind of got ahead of myself, but I mean the fact that his Strike Shot is well, anyways, let's go over the other ability. Protection. Basically how this works is if damage from enemy is less than or equal to X, some kind of threshold, we don't know what that is quite yet, then you're only going to take 1 damage. So basically you turn into a scorpion for any damage that's under some kind of threshold. Now, of course, we haven't seen any videos yet of Excalibur in action, at least not yet as of the time I took this video. But the interesting thing here is that anything under a threshold will only do 1 damage. Does that include poison, right? You take poison damage. It's not that much damage, right? 4,000, at most. Does that get included with protection? Because then that's pretty darn good. You get an innate detox berry. It's an interesting skill, but we don't know what that threshold X is yet. But let's say it's 10,000, for example, right? You get a laser beam fired at you. It only does 9,000 normally. With Excalibur, it'll only do 1. Pretty interesting. Now the Strike Shot, it is reduce HP to power up. So, you've seen it before. You'll do something like, let's see, Avalon, for example. You bash and then it uses up your HP and then you get a power up based on that. We don't know exactly how the mechanics will work for Excalibur, but all we know is that you're going to spend HP on his Strike Shot. You're going to power up, and damage walls, gravity barriers, warps, and mines are nullified. On top of that, it's at a 12-turn pace, and you've got the Super Strike Shot Excel, so he is going to have a lot of nulls, maybe every other turn, possibly. That's pretty insane. Worst case every 3 turns, right? Worst case. So, I mean, forget what I said about having to, neuter your null skills, right? Like, it's in his Strike Shot that you get at most every 3 turns. That's insane. And his bump combo is an all enemy lock-on laser EL, so that's just going to be all over the screen. That's insane. Alright, but yeah, that's a bunch of new stuff attached to Excalibur here, and we'll see how much this breaks the game, because that sounds insane. Alright, the Ascended form is a little bit more compact. We've got the Bounce Blast version. This is a Super Null Warp with Barrier, and a Strike Shot Turn Reducer, and Ooh boy, look at that strike shot combo. You got the increased damage with the wall bounce, which is your kabedon. And you've got the grand command, the daigore, which means you move, you point into a direction, everybody's moving that direction. You do not need to touch your friendly units to make them move. They will just move. And this strike shot has strike shot turn reducer on it. So every time you touch a friendly unit, you are increasing, you're speeding up your strike shot as well. So you are able to do a kabedon with a grand command daigore. That's crazy. And on top of that, we've got the auto javelin, which is a brand new strike shot. Bump combo. Again, they described it really. It was hard to understand, but it's like so your unit will touch Excalibur, and then based on the element of that unit, right, it'll fire off 8. I don't know if it was beams or piercing shots, but I would guess piercing shots, but like 8 attacks come out and does a significant amount of damage. I think it was something around in like the 40k range. Again, we should wait for the official Monster Strike video to see more details about how the strike bump combo works, but we'll see that eventually. And the sub bump combo for Excalibur here is the Hoden, which is discharge. This is the one that Setsuna has, so as it bounces to other monsters, it gains 10% damage, which is crazy. Again, while Excalibur is a blast type, this is on the sub bump combo of Excalibur, so don't expect the power of Setsuna, I believe, in Excalibur. Alright. And that's not all, because in the new Choju Shinsai, you can see the 2 banners flipping there. You get the alternate arts for 2 monsters. As you can see, we've got Solomon on the left, which is adorable. I love that art a lot. And you've got Moses on the right, which is awesome looking. I really do want those really badly. But these are what you have to look forward to in the New Year's. This starts immediately once it's 2020 in Japan, January 1st, 0 o'clock. And it will last all the way up to January 4th, 11:59. Again, this is in Japan time, so you can start pulling in the new year when it's the new year in Japan. It'll still be 2019 here in the States, but again, please, and they warn about this every time, if you do plan to buy orbs for the New Year's, do it in advance, because the servers go crazy. And that's not just because of Monster Strike, that's all the other games in the Google Play, Apple, store environment. There's a lot of events going on, and the payments that hit the servers there are just not going to be able to sustain the requests. So if you do plan to buy orbs, buy them early. And understand that the servers will be laggy like heck when it's midnight. So you can click the button. It will take a while to process anything in the game. So I would suggest, as long as you can handle it, maybe just wait a little bit. Have all the people in Japan pull. Let them go to sleep. And then you can pull smoothly afterwards. Personally, I plan to pull it once it's midnight here in the States as well. So usually the load at that time isn't that bad, but of course I can totally understand wanting to do it right away to see what happens. And yeah, I think that's it for the video. There are some new events that come with the new year as well, and they also announced a brand new event after the New Year's is over, but this is already a 25-minute video, so I'm going to cut it here, and we will go over that next time. Actually, I might just time it for the new year, so when it's ready, you can get an idea of that. Maybe not. We'll see. Whew. All right. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what your plans are up until the end of the year, and whether you're excited for Binah Excalibur, both, or these alternate arts down here. I'm really excited for these alternate arts. And of course, if you do plan to, spend money for this game, make sure you think about it. Plan it out, right? This gacha is a dangerous thing, so if you're not careful, the amount of money you spend on this game can add up really quickly. So, make a plan. I want to spend this much, no more than this much. I know new monsters are awesome, but they'll be here for a while. Sometimes you're not able to get them. Like my main account still doesn't have a mana, right? But just make sure you know what you're doing when you're spending your precious money into this game. Alright? So, is there anything else? No, that's it. Well, like I said, I do plan to pull on the the Transcended Gacha and the All Stars Gacha. I will probably skip the first Gacha, and then the rest of the orbs will be used up for the New Year's. And I guess the good thing is, since we do know that an event is coming right after the Choju Shinsai, of the New Year's, then there's no big surprise event that should come up. Maybe in the middle of January, but hopefully not. That would be rough to throw on us. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about the New Year's. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you, and good luck, because we all know how tough it can be to get that new monster right away. So bye bye.